8 years ago, Donald Trump said he and he alone could save America. Here in Las Vegas at the Republican Jewish Coalition Summit, Trump said he and he alone can save Israel.
You're not going to have an Israel if she becomes president. Israel will no longer exist. When I'm president, we will deport the foreign jihad sympathizers and Hamas supporters from our midst. We don't want them in our midst.
Now, of course, Trump recounted his pro-Israel bona fides, including the development and brokering of the Abraham Accords. Senator Joni Ernst from Iowa had just come back from a Middle East congressional delegation before arriving in Las Vegas. She visited Israel, talked to the Crown Prince, MBS in Saudi Arabia, also went to Egypt, Qatar, and other destinations along the way. I asked her if there's still a hope of advancing those normalization agreements even further between Israel and Saudi Arabia.
All of the affected parties are very far apart right now, but I do feel that there is room for American leadership. We need strong leadership to bring these parties to the table and really talk about what's going on and how to find that path forward. There's going to be a lot of negotiation here, but unfortunately what we see right now is a very weak Biden-Harris administration, and they're sending mixed messages to the Middle East, and it's confusing all of those leaders. They're not sure where their alliances are. Is it with Israel? Is it with Iran? So we really don't know, and they don't know. And if they don't know, they will not be able to find a path forward.
Many speakers here at the RJC Summit focused in on the anti-Semitism going on college campuses across the country, with protests supporting Hamas continuing into this semester. Had a chance to speak with Bruce Pearl, the head coach of the Auburn University men's basketball team, about the environment on campuses and his efforts to try to lead the way in a different direction.
Israel's not an issue for the average American, and I'm not hating them on it for that. But right now, Jews in America are being targeted, and it's wrong. And our kids on these college campuses are unsafe, and it's wrong. And something does need to be about that. And I think the balance is this. Look, I'm a teacher, and I'm a coach, and I am a leader. My words don't reflect Auburn, but they do speak for myself. And I just sort of feel a responsibility in the Jewish community. I just sort of look down and say, you know, my grandfather would be proud of me for speaking up. My dad, he'd be proud, but he'd be worried that maybe I'm putting myself in a bad position because all of a sudden you're a pretty big target. Just shut up, coach, and win games. If I don't win big this year and I spent too much time talking about these things, they're going to point to that. So I should have been out there recruiting and doing some of these things. Look, I've been able to do both my entire career. We're going to do both again this year. God's blessed us far more than we ever deserve, and I will not be silent.
Many of the Republicans gathered here in Vegas this week said they're expecting to get a larger and larger chunk of the American Jewish vote swinging to the Republican Party this election cycle. But of course, old habits die hard. The leaders of the Republican Jewish Coalition say they're waiting to see a little bit longer how things play out before they decide where they're going to put the money that they have into key races down the home stretch. Here from Las Vegas at the RJC Summit, Mike Wagenheim, I-24 News.